We're all striving to find that perfect work-life balance, right? It can be hard to find. In a new book called The Butterfly Impact, author and former King 5 journalist Mark Briggs interviewed a whole range of professionals on their approaches to find that balance. Well, Mark, a lot of people are talking about work-life balance right now. What made you want to do more on this topic?
It really came out of seeing people that I work with as a consultant who were really struggling to do the best job that they could because of everything else that they were trying to balance. And then the pandemic hit, and it became critical to try to help folks navigate the balance between what used to be work-life balance and suddenly became work-life blending.
As you were saying about all the things you collected, and based on the interviews and research in this book, what are a few simple things that we can do to spend more time on what we value and less time chasing that ever increasing to-do list?
Yeah, some of the simple things that I learned about in researching the book were just having a very intentional start and end to your workday and creating some time for yourself. And that can be as simple as taking that 15 minutes in the morning to spend time writing in a journal or exercising or going for a walk or just doing nothing. You need to have a bit of a Control-Alt-Delete reset to your own nervous system in order for you to show up and be able to be the best teammate at work, but also the best parent, partner, spouse, friend, or whatever role you play.
Yeah.
And so on the other side, it's also important to have an end to your day. And a lot of people who are working remotely don't have that commute anymore that, force them to have that reset before they entered the other side of their life. And so making sure that you have that end to your day really helps people show up and be the person they want to be when they're at home too.
Well, you and I are both parents. We both know how it is. Sometimes you just don't get things done, and I'm working at 10 o'clock at night. How bad is that?
Well, it can be good or bad, depending on how you look at it and how you balance it. And so interestingly, I'm hearing more and more this notion of work-life harmony. So it's not to say that you have to have these rigid hours, you work from 8 to 5 or whatever it is, but as long as you can find a way to weave in the work and do it when it works for you and your life and find that harmony, then that's going to be okay if you're doing that thing at 10 o'clock at night because you happen to take off early to go watch your kid play soccer, for example. So it really is a matter of how do you put it all together in a way that makes the most sense. And like you say, allows you time and opportunity to spend with the things and the people that you value the most.
Yeah. What did you learn about setting and keeping boundaries between work and life that can help our audience?
This is really the key. I know so many people, and myself included, who have these ideas of who they really are and what they value. I think a few years ago, I came to this realization that being a Pacific Northwesterner and, trying to live the REI lifestyle, when I looked at the calendar, how many times did I really go hiking and mountain biking? And it was very few. And so I had to create some boundaries so that I would make space and be intentional about having those opportunities to do the things that I know I really love and the things that really feed my spirit that then are going to make me better when I come back to the work and when I come back to being a parent. Those are all the important reasons to do this. It's about showing up and being a better teammate and being a better parent, but you have to be selfish in a way and take care of yourself first.
It makes sense. Can you explain how the small changes that you suggest in the book can help cause a ripple effect through a person's world?
Yeah, I've heard so many clients who, especially in this remote work-life blended situation, know that if they're going to have a stressful call to end their day, if they're going to have a frustrating work experience, and then walk downstairs from their office and try to enter their family life, they're bringing that stress into their family. However, if they take a moment, take some space between the end of the workday, between the beginning of family, and they gather themselves, they maybe, take a little moment of reflection. They might do something positive, or even something as simple as listen to some stand-up comedy or watch a funny video clip. Change your mood, bring that mood to your family life. That's going to cause a ripple effect on those people as well. You're going to have a better evening and probably show up to work as a better person in the morning.
Yeah.
And at work, you can do that as well. I really was just recently doing a session for some clients on bringing humor into the workplace, because even just watching a funny 2-minute video at the beginning of a meeting gets everybody laughing, it lowers stress, it increases creativity. And then if you leave that meeting and go have a positive interaction with the next people that you talk to, that's the ripple effect I'm talking about.
I love that, sharing positive energy, because sharing is caring.